there, welcome. I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and come with us on our journey. So today I am showing you the first half of my palette collection. The intro and outro somehow got deleted, so I'm just going to pop this in here real quick. There will be no outro. However, tomorrow when I finish the other half of the palette collection, there will be. So if you want to see half of my palette collection, well then just keep watching. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. We're going to start with the low end, more affordable. However, a lot of these are no longer sold because they were from Shop Hush, Bad Habit. But I'm going to show them anyway because everybody wants to see my full collection. So this is the first Bad Habit. It's called After Charge. It's an all shimmer palette. These are dupes for Huda Beauty palettes, I believe. This is the Afterglow. It's got mattes and shimmers in it. These palettes are really good quality. I do love them. I do use them when I am not recording for you. This is After Dark. This is After Hours. Now I will be swatching some of the palettes as we go, but I'm not these because you can't buy them anymore. This is Aftershock. As you could tell, this one's probably one of my most used. And this is After Party. Next, some of these are dupes for the Pat McGrath palettes. I have all 5 that were in this set. I've got the Mystere, the Mythos, the Mystic, the Mania, and the Mayhem. I keep most of my palettes on this shelf that's next to me, which you will see in the beginning of the video. So these are from Oaklawn. I believe they still have a website. Still haven't even used this palette. This is the Natural Eyeshadow Palette. This is also called the Natural Eyeshadow Palette. Now this one I do use because it's cool tones, and I don't have a lot of cool tones in my collection, so this is one that I do still use quite a bit. This is also from Oaklawn. This is a much loved palette, one of my favorites to do something quick. I've got quite a few dips. I'm going to put this in my project pan this year. The art on this one is pretty too. This one's quite confusing because it's called the Neutral Eyeshadow Palette. It's by Oaklawn also. But when you open it up, it is all shimmers. And they're colorful. Still have not used that one either. Which is going to change this year because I am on a low buy. I'm going to be doing a beauty budget. That video will be up soon. This is the Face Candy Milkshake Palette. This has also got some cooler tones in it, which I really like. Not very pigmented, but you can build it up. This is a dupe for a Lime Crime palette. This is Tropics by Face Candy. This is also a palette that I use quite often earlier on in my collection. These are all also Bad Habit Face Candy. This was the palette that they came out after Tarte did the teaser. This palette is so beautiful. I've done a couple looks with it. It's very, very pigmented. Like this green. Ugh. Absolutely beautiful. This one I was not impressed with. Didn't really build up nice. I don't know, just wasn't very impressed with it. This one is also a all shimmer and glitter palette. It's called Dream State. It was by Bad Habit. Use this quite a bit. This one is called just Eyeshadow Palette by Oaklawn. It's got mainly shimmers in it. It's very pretty though. This one I used quite a bit. The mirrors broke, but it's got a lot of neutrals and a couple really pretty shimmers in it that I've used. These are all from Bad Habit and Face Candy. These were some of the earlier ones that I bought on Hush before I really started getting into makeup. And these are pretty well loved. This one was a dupe for the Naked Heat, I believe. I use this quite a bit. This is the Sahara palette by Face Candy. These will look a lot like some of the Anastasia palettes, and I believe some of them were dupes. This one is a really great palette. I use this one quite a bit. This one is Amazon by Face Candy. Yeah, it was quite loved. When I'm not filming, I still use a lot of these palettes. This is the Aura palette by Bad Habit. It's a dupe for the Prism palette. This is Retro Love by Bad Habit. This was also a dupe for the Subculture palette, which I happen to like this one better than the Subculture one. This one is not as chalky and powdery as that one is. This is the Royals by Bad Habit. I believe it's like a dupe for the Soft Glam. Now, these are some other Bad Habit palettes that were dupes when they came out. This one, I believe it's a dupe for one of the Natasha Denona. This is the Supernova by Bad Habit. It's kind of like an all shimmer palette, but it does have 3 mattes in it. They do have a little bit of shimmer in them. This is the Aphrodite palette by Bad Habit. This is the Athena palette by Bad Habit. Kind of reminds me of a Huda Beauty one. I still like the qualities of these palettes. I don't know why Shop Hush went out of business, or I've got 2 more. This is the Face Candy Wild palette. These greens right here are so pretty. Super pigmented. Blend very nicely. This is a dupe for, I believe, one of the Kat Von D palettes. Its packaging is super pretty. And this is a palette. Low buy. Here, these are kind of still in the way. Do you now still see? Okay. This is the Morphe palette that they said was limited edition. However, it is still available on their website. This is a 25L. It was their Gay Pride palette. This is the Zodiac Love Sign palette. I want to get the other 2, but I haven't yet. This palette is so beautiful, so pigmented, blends like a dream. I love BH Cosmetics palettes. They're pretty good. They're hit and misses with some, I'll have to give them that, but for the most part they're good. This palette is the Frost 35F, I believe. This is the 35OS. It's all shimmers. It's a great palette to have though, because if you can't find a shimmer to go with the matte palette, this palette will have it. It's got plenty of transition shades too that can be used. This was gifted to me by Karen. This is the 24G. Yeah, it was gifted to me by Karen MUA because it was one that I did not have in my collection and she was going to toss it. This is the lovely controversial James Charles palette. This, I believe, is... Okay, so I bought this off of Amazon and I thought for sure I was getting a really good deal. This is the 39A Dare to Create. Well, this is a fake. And I kept it to compare it. And you can tell it's very fake when you have the real one, which I do. This is the real one. Now look. Do you see these greens? They're deeper and prettier. Not to mention the size. They're not even the same size. Now look at the fake greens. Yeah. Be careful where you buy from. This is the 39S Life's a Gem, I believe is what it's called. I love this palette. It is so beautiful. Now Morphe is also a hit and miss company. Some of them are good, some of them are not. Oh, excuse my bam bang boom over here. This is the 35N from Morphe. This one you can tell is starting to go south. It's starting to smell. 35R from Morphe. This is the 35B. They no longer carry this one. But it is a great, great palette. This is the 3502. This one is one that I probably have used quite a bit compared to the other ones. I love warm tones. This is the 35M. It's an all matte palette, which is great if you have an all shimmer palette for a matte shade to throw in the brow or a transition. You can use it for brows also. This is the 35P. This is the purple palette. Got a couple broken shades in there. Okay, these are the newer Morphe palettes I have. This is the 35M. This is the 350, I believe it is. Yeah, 350. This is the 35H. This one's really, really pretty. And this is the 35V. Those blues are really, really pretty. Which is a Pantone color this year, so I may be pulling them out to use them actually. We've just got a few more bigger palettes. This is the Jaclyn Hill. This is the 3503. This is from Bad Creations. You can still purchase these. They're available on their website. These are really good for a beginner because they're not super pigmented to start. This is the Elsa, which was one of my very first colorful palettes. I like this palette. Like I said, it's really great for beginners because it's not super pigmented. You do have to work with it and build it up. This is their all glitter palette. These work well, you just need to use glitter glue with them. And the 35G bronze gold. Love this palette. It's a great palette. And the Revolution Makeup Emily Edit. A lot of people put this palette down, but I'm going to tell you, it's one of my go-tos when I can't think of what palette to use. It happens to be one of my most used palettes. There's actually dips and shades. This is the Rachel Leary with Revolution. It's got all your face color, face powders over here. You got bronzers and contour and blush and highlight, and then you have a pretty wide variety of colors over here that you could do many looks with. This palette was just sent to me by Jen K Beauty. She's also here on YouTube. She is a sweetheart. It came in broken and she's already sending out a replacement. But this is that palette. The bottom row is all blushes, which is so pretty. And then this one is old, very old. This is the BH Cosmetics Rainbow Palette. This thing is quite old. One of my first palettes. So that is all the bigger palettes and the Bad Habit palettes. So now I'm going to go in with my Juvia's Place collection. I have quite a few of the Juvia's Place palettes. The first one I have is the Nubian by Juvia's Place. Now, I'm getting questions of why I'm not doing a declutter. Well, I paid for every one of these palettes by myself, and I am more of a collector, and I will not throw away something that I decided to purchase and keep. So there will not be a declutter. I hate to disappoint those who love declutters. Maybe later on in the year I might declutter some so they can get used to people who I know will use them. But currently I am not doing a declutter. There. This is the Nubian 3 Coral palette. I'm sure you know what most of these palettes look like. This is the Afrique by Juvia's Place. This is the Saharan by Juvia's Place. This is the Zulu by Juvia's Place. The numbers are on there because I use it for palette bingo. It was a very fun video. I'll link that in the iCards if you want to watch that. This is the Warrior 2. This is the Warrior. Now these palettes are just stunning. Absolutely stunning. This is the Magic by Juvia's Place. This is the Mini Masquerade by Juvia's Place. These purples are so pretty. See them? And super pigmented. My cats really like this one. They chew on it as it hangs off my shelf. This is the Nubian 2. This color right here is one of my favorites. I'm filming from an angle I'm not used to, so y'all forgive me. I'm a mess. Now these were all just recently bought for Christmas. These are the Nude Minis, or the Juvia's Minis. Y'all forgive me. Okay, I took them all out of the packaging so we're not here all year. These are the new Nubians. This is the Chocolate by Juvia's Place. This is the Violets. I'm really excited for this one. The Nudes. And the Berries. They call these minis, but the likelihood of ever hitting pan on these is unlikely. This is the Nomad. This is one of their neutral palettes. This is the Queen palette by Fumi. It's got shades that can be used as highlighter and blush as well. This is the Warrior 3. This is the Festival. And this is the Tribe. That one looks so beautiful. Ooh-wee. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. So these are my Juvia's Place collection. I got the Serafina blush. Y'all let me know in the Lord have mercy, English. Let me know in the comments if you want a full makeup collection or just the eyeshadow palettes. Because my collection is really not very big. Only my eye palette collection is. This is one of their little mini 16 color palettes. This is Illusion. A lot of these I got free for bigger orders. This is a Summer Lovin'. I like this one. This one's a pretty little palette. Do you guys keep the cartons for your palettes? I do for some, and some I've thrown away. I don't know. This is the Midnight City palette. You can tell I've used this one quite a bit. I usually keep my palettes cleaner than that. I did eyeshadow only using your fingers, and that was one of the palettes. I just ordered the rest of these Zodiac palettes so I can complete the collection. The highlighters actually are really good in these. This is the Capricorn. The Aries and the Aquarius. This is one of their newer ones, the Opalescent. Super pretty palette. The only thing I wish about this palette is if they had just one more matte brown that was deeper. Because this one is pretty, but who wants to put a shimmer in their outer V? Not I. BH Cosmetics has some really great palettes. They're one of my go-to brands. This is a Daisy Marquez palette with BH. My cats are fighting. That's this. Now this is really cute because it's got a little mirror on it and a little bow. When you're done with the palette, you could pull this out, and this is actually a pretty sturdy little box. You could definitely use it for like liners or traveling with eye brushes and stuff, and you have your mirror right there. Okay, the next palette is a Desert Oasis. I bought a lot of these when they went on sale. So I got most of these palettes at like 70% off. They did that around the holiday time. And that is the only reason I bought them, because they were 70% off. Why not? This is such a stunning palette. It is very high quality too. You see some of the prettiest looks done on YouTube with that palette. This is one of their smaller ones. It's the Love in London palette. I did a look with this, I believe, for Thanksgiving. It was super pretty. This is the Sylvia Agani palette with BH Cosmetics. That came in broke, but I do use this one. I put it in a little tin can and repressed it, and it works. This is the Solar Flare. These are their baked eyeshadow palettes, and they're really good. I don't know that I need as many as I have, but they're good. These are ones that I probably should pass on so they can get use out of. This is the Aurora Lights palette. These shades are just gorgeous. Like, look at that. Do you see that? Oh, so beautiful. And they don't come off easy. This is the Take Me to Ibiza palette. This is one of their more recent ones. I have the Take Me Back to Brazil too. I'm going to be using that in one of my panning projects this year. So that'll be showed in that video. This is the Color Festival. I think I only paid like $6 for this. I got Galaxy Chick. These are beautiful. Beautiful. This is the Take Me Back to Brazil Rio edition. And this one came in with quite a few Birkin shades, but I just repressed them. This is the BH Cosmetics Fairy Lights palette. These pinks are absolutely stunning. So those are my BH palettes. Next up, I'm going to do the few palettes that I have by Peachy Queen. Oh my god, this brand is amazing. I will link them down in the description box also. She's always got sales too. This is the Pumpkin Spice palette. This palette is all you need for fall. That's it. You don't need another palette. Maybe one with a few greens in it, but I'm telling you, this palette is stunning. I do have looks up with this palette on my channel. This one is called the Kush Queen. It's by Peachy Queen. I also did a really pretty blue look with this palette. I'll link that in the iCards also. It was one of my most liked looks on Instagram. This is the 90s Baby. Very fun summer palette. This is the Tropical Babe by Peachy Queen. This is the Summer Bloom by Peachy Queen. They kind of remind me of Juvia's Place. Okay, next up is my ColourPop collection, which I'm not going to open all of the 9 pan palettes because you've seen them a million times. I'm just going to show you what I have. I have the Baby Got Peach. Lilac You a Lot, It's My Pleasure, the Bitty Candy Button. I'll show you that one. That one's pretty. If I don't break it throwing it on the floor. The only thing I do not like about it is the pressed glitters, and the pans are falling out easy. They have a new one out. It's a mint green one. Oh, cannot wait to get it. I love greens. So the Blue Moon, the Smoke Show, the Brown Sugar, the Going Coconuts, the Honey, the Just My Luck, the Main Squeeze, the Orange You Glad, the Strawberry Shake, the Ooh La La, the Mar, which is super pretty, the Soul. I'm gonna start adding, see, they pop right out. I'm gonna start adding the, I think it's 18 shade palettes. The Yes Please and all of those. The 12. I'm gonna start getting those so I can finish my collection. Running out of room. So I have, these were exclusively at Ulta, and I picked them up when Ulta was having a sale. Okay, so these are the ones that I picked up by Ulta. It's Give Me Butterflies. The packaging on this is just stunning. Butter Me Up. And a Flutter. I'm still waiting for some orders to come in, so I'll do a haul video to show you all the palettes that I ordered between Black Friday and now. This is the Frozen Anna one, and the Elsa, which I'm sure y'all have seen. This one is super cute. It's Truly, Madly, and Deeply. And that is that. I got Bye Bye Birdie. Whatever. California Love. The Kathleen Lights So Jaded. That's such a stunning palette also. I got the ColourPop Bare Necessities. I just ordered the other bigger palette like this that was on the website. This is a great palette to have. This is, if you're a beginner, this is a good palette to get, because ColourPop is great quality, and this has got tons of shades in it. Would be great for a beginner, someone just starting their collection. These are the pre-curated. This is the one that was with Kathleen Lights, and this is a build your own palette with ColourPop. And these are the Disney ones, which I'm sure everybody's seen. It's Princess one, the Villains one, and the Midnight Masquerade. My dogs are outside and they won't stop barking. They're driving me cuckoo. Anyway, this is my Profusion collection. This is the palette Mirage, the palette Sunkissed. These are also great quality for the price. This is the Naturals. And they're super cheap. I think they're like 10 bucks. The Pro Pigment. My cats knocked these down at one point, so some of them have broken shades. The Siennas. This was one of my first palettes, and I love this thing. This is Confidence. The Chocolates. This is another really good one I like. And Wanderlust. Classics. Spectrum. Love, 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 love this palette. And mattes. I probably have more throughout my collection. Okay, these are just some palettes that I've gotten from Amazon and TJ Maxx and Marshalls. This is the Cargo palette. This is Emerald City. They come with a brush, and I got them for $7.99. They're regular $30. This is Namaste. This is Chill in the Six. I love this. Cool toned. So pretty. And this is Aloha. I got this as some friend mail from Beauty Glazed. It's called Perfix-It. I got this from a lovely YouTuber, Hot Mess Mama. This is the Cara Beauty Midnight Garden. Super, super pretty. I got, hold one second, where is, can you not right now? Thanks. Yeah, it's a quite large collection, so we're going to zoom through it. These are some of my favorite palettes. They are hit and miss palettes. The pigment isn't all that great, but I do use them and I do like them. This is a Salted Caramel. I love the packaging. That's what sold me. I'll buy something for packaging. That is the Salted Caramel. This is the Lemon Drizzle. Which you would think there would be more yellow in here, but it is what it is. The Rose Gold Chocolate. Some of these are dupes, and this one actually does smell like chocolate. A lot of these are dupes for Too Faced palettes. This is the Strawberry Cheesecake. This is Chocolate and Peaches. This is one that I have used quite a bit because I like peach during the summer a lot. This is Death by Chocolate. It smells so good. This is Peanut Butter Cup. Cranberries and Chocolate. This is another great one that I did use quite a bit. This one is S'mores. I've also used this one quite a bit. This is 24 Karat Gold. Now if you see one that you like and you have questions about it, or you want to see what it might be a dupe for, if you comment down below, I will definitely look it up for you. This is I Heart Chocolate. This is a great one too. And I like that they have highlighter and a matte shade to set the eye with. This is Violet. This was kind of a dupe for the Norvina palette. This is a Chocolate Elixir. Red Velvet. Once again, I wish there was reds in here. This is the Chocolate Nudes. Great palette. Great palette. Love this one. And this one is Macaroon. These blues are absolutely gorgeous. Okay, we're going to go on to some more Makeup Revolution palettes. Nobody needs this many palettes. I just want to put that disclaimer out there. When I first started getting into makeup, I went overboard and thought I needed every palette that every company ever made, and I realize now that quality is better over quantity, but when I first started, I just wanted everything put out from the brands that I knew. So this is the other smaller palette that came out with Makeup Revolution and Rachel Leary. She's a YouTuber here. It's got blush, highlighter, bronzer, and then it's got some eye shades. I got the Emily Edits Full Face palette, and I actually like this palette. I use the I do use it to travel, or if I'm in a hurry and I need to get my makeup done quick. It's a really good palette for that. I have the Tammy X Revolution palette, and that's what that looks like. It is a good palette. I do use it. Now these are two of my favorite Makeup Revolution palettes. I use them quite often, and they are the Sophex, and she's also one of my favorite YouTubers. She's absolutely adorable. I've got both of hers, the Extra Spice and the I believe this one is just called Sophex. Yeah. I also have a lot of her highlighters and stuff. They are some of my favorite highlighters. This is that one. And this is her first one. Now these two palettes, if you bought just them, you could probably get a couple hundred eye looks out of them. They're that good.